Scare you? No, hopefully didn't. All right, systems of inequalities. We're going to learn about this more today, so this should be a little bit of practice for you tonight. Systems of inequalities is really, really simple. It's just like graphing two lines, but instead of the point being an answer, the point isn't an answer. It's irrelevant, that point where they cross, or if they don't cross. The answer is a range of points on the graph. It's here, there, it's a little bit everywhere. It's a shaded region. That's the answer to a system. So here are some steps for you. And I'm going to do two practice problems with you, probably just one actually, because I don't know how much time we're going to do. I'm going to graph both of these lines. Okay, I'm going to graph them like I would normally graph. Don't worry about the inequality sign. Just pretend like it's an equal sign. Graph them first though. Top line, I'm going to go and find 2 on the y-axis. This is the y-intercept. Here we go, make a point. The slope here is 1. Make it a fraction, 1 over 1. So up 1 over 1. Up 1 over 1. I'm going to just do a couple of them. Right? I'm not going to make a line just yet. Okay. Bottom one here, -1. So I'm going to find the y-axis, go to -1. And then 4. So the slope is 4, up 4 over 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. Just so happens that this point satisfies both of them, but the point that they cross at is irrelevant for right now. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. Okay, now I'm going to make my lines. Now from the first one, this is an equal to. Okay, so over here, the steps equal to means a solid line. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just make this as solid as I can for now. And always, that's not bad, I'm awesome. Always go to each end of the graph. Okay, it'll just make your life a lot easier. And I know this is a really super big graph. You don't have to worry about that for now. Bottom line, there's no equal to here. Okay, that means that it's going to be dashed. Okay, and we'll get into that in a minute. So I'm just going to try and dash this as best I can. That's terrible. Whatever. All right, now, equal to with a solid line means if for some reason I picked a point that was on that line, that point would be a solution to the inequality. But if I have a dashed dash lines mean, nope, point can't land here because it won't work. Okay, so it can't work out that way. Let's talk about how the arrows are going to work now, because I know people are freaking out about the arrows. The top line is a greater than, which means the arrows are going to point up. So basically, I would shade everything above that line. So I'm going to find my line that's solid, which is right here. I'm going to make 3 arrows. Don't make 100 because it's going to be really annoying. Make 1 arrow going up in the middle of your line, and then do an arrow at each end of the graph. That will hopefully make things easier for you when you go ahead and shade. Bottom line is less than, right? So we're going to go down. We're going to point down. So here's my dash line. I'm going to find one that goes like this, one like that, and one like that. Okay. Now, I know sometimes it might be like, well, what's above and what's below the line? Try to take this line and try to just even it out to horizontal, and that'll make your life a little bit easier because you can actually see where it would be above and where it would be below. Now, the answer to a system of inequalities is where both arrows point towards each other. Here is clearly this area where both arrows point together. This is the answer. This is the solution to the inequality. Okay? It's any point that's there. Now, in class, we'll spend a little bit more time with checking your work. But basically, really simply, what I would do is I'd pick any point in this area. I'd plug it in. I'd substitute it for y and x. And I'd make sure that that was a true statement. If it's a true statement, you know you're guaranteed to be good to go. For instance, I would take a point that's, I don't know, like right here. And that point is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4, comma 8. Guaranteed, if I put that into 4, comma 8, it's going to be working. And really quick, we can do that. 4 plus 2 is 6. And that's 8. So 8 is greater than or equal to 2. I'm sorry, 6. Done. Ready to go. Okay. I'll erase this, and I will do, I guess I'll do one more, because that's how I roll. Make sure you do your fever form today. I've got 3 problems on there for you. I'm going to give you the answer to number 3 on the fever form. And the reason is because giving you an answer to a system of inequalities verbally is a little bit annoying. And I don't want to have to draw it out, so I want to make sure you just understand it. These aren't too bad. Second one I'm going to do for you is y is less than or equal to -1/2 x plus 1. And this one is y is greater than or equal to -3 over 2x minus 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and graph the first line, and we'll just do it from there. Go to find 1 on the y-axis. Here it is. Now, the slope is -1 over 2. Exactly how you say that slope is how you graph it. -1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. I'm going to stop there, it's an equal to bar underneath, so I know it's going to be a solid line.